I just did a video talking about this girl. What was it, last week? As one of the rising stars that'll probably be coming to the WNBA for the simple fact that, number one, she's on South Carolina's undefeated team. Number two, she can dunk. She's a dunker. Go back and check the video. I'll put it on the screen. Go check it out. Ashlyn Watkins gets arrested. And I'm like, you don't hear trouble coming from Dawn Staley's program. That's just not something that you see a lot. And I find this article. This is from a South Carolina website, WIS10, Columbia, South Carolina. So this is local, right? Gamecocks women's basketball star Ashlyn Watkins charged with assault and kidnapping. What the hell? So you got to read the story. Obviously, this just happened, so this is just my opinion reading the article. Ashlyn Watkins, a forward of the University of South Carolina women's basketball team, has been charged with assault and kidnapping. Watkins was arrested by campus police, so this happened on campus, on Saturday, August 31st, after an incident at an on-campus affiliated apartment complex at 650 Lincoln Street. According to an arrest warrant, Watkins assaulted the victim, who was not named, by forcefully grabbing her face, pulling her by her arms, and pushing her. The arrest warrant went on to say Watkins also picked up and carried the victim against her will, grabbed her head, and forced her to walk down the hall, thus controlling her movement while preventing her from leaving. The victim, who was treated for non-life-threatening injuries by EMS, was able to run away and pull the fire alarm, causing first responders to report, the arrest warrant stated. Video surveillance captured the incident, the arrest warrant added. Watkins was granted a $30,000 personal recognizance bond, court records show. According to public index records, conditions of her bond include no direct or indirect contact with the victim, stay 1,000 yards away from the victim's homework, school, and place of worship. Watkins does have permission to travel out of state for games, practice, and the records stated. She has a court appearance scheduled for October 25th. We are aware of the situation and are continuing to gather information, a spokesperson for USC said. So there's only one or two things that can happen. So let's go back. Watkins also picked up and carried the victim against her will, grabbed her head, and forced her to walk down the hall, controlling her movement while preventing her from leaving. So let's just stop right there. There's only two things I can think of. Number one, you trying to deal with somebody that's drunk. Somebody's trying to do whatever they're doing because they're drunk. On campus affiliated apartment complex. Okay, so it's on campus apartments. So she was either dealing with somebody that was drunk and trying to get them to either leave or something. I don't know. That's up in the air. Or she was dealing with a girlfriend, maybe somebody she was talking to. That's what it seems like. You switch the situation. And if it wasn't Ashlyn Watkins, if it was any guy that played for any football team, basketball team, this would look a hell of a lot worse. And the first thing you think of is this is somebody that was talking to a girlfriend or maybe somebody they were talking to, showing interest in, and maybe you saw that person with somebody else. Maybe you thought y'all were talking and you see that person with somebody else and you feeling some kind of way, feeling jealous or whatever the situation is. And then the actions happen. Get back to the apartment, something like that. If this switched up and this was a guy that did all of this, all hell would have broken loose. Again, this is just my opinion. And maybe we will find out, just like some of the reports said, that this was a big misunderstanding. I hope they're right. I hope it's 1:30 in the morning, and I'm seeing this story for the first time. Hopefully in the next couple days or weeks or whatever, we'll come back around and I can say, you know what, I was 100% wrong. This is what the situation was, and glad it didn't turn out the way we think it did. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong on this one. We all know if it was a man, we all know what the situation would be like, especially when you're dealing with domestic violence. We always know how that goes. We're not used to seeing this if it's women on women. But that's something that's in the universe now, because you got more and more women coming out as gay and lesbian. Every relationship don't get along, don't matter if you gay or straight. How you deal with it is how you deal with it. And clearly, that's not the right way to deal with it. Facts are still coming out. I am positive that there will be more information coming out. It's a different ballgame with this stuff. The money that's being involved with NIL in college athletes, male and female. Here in Philadelphia, there was a kid. He had gotten in trouble when he was still in school. And something that happened 3 years ago. The Eagles go to the Super Bowl, and the alleged victim decides to put the case out in the public the week he goes to the Super Bowl. So the Eagles got to kick him off the team. So they got all of that distraction, and then it comes out he was exonerated. So that whole play was just to disrupt his life. The stakes are high these days, and people are getting grimy. You got a lot of money that these kids have access to. Again, male and female. Ashlyn Watkins is part of the undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks, national champions. Everybody on that team is getting NIL money. It's a new ball game with what happens on campus. More facts are coming out. When I find out more information, hopefully I can put some more information out, and we'll try to stay up to date with it.